I flew 1,100 miles to the Orlando, Florida area to buy this, a Diablo replica, but with something special over there. An almighty supercharged LS engine with Lamborghini valve covers and a Porsche manual transmission. The doors go up, the roof supposedly comes off, we're gonna find out, and it's in a really, really pretty blue. It needs some work, but look at it, guys. It looks just like a Diablo. But right now, it's a fake Diablo that doesn't drive. We got it to run in the last video, and it runs well. But what good is a fake Diablo if it doesn't drive? Name this car down below, the fake Ablo? I don't know. So my goal's very optimistic, but I want to drive this all the way back to Chicago. So we have a ton of work to do. We gotta get this thing to drive, but I really want to see if the roof comes off. Don't mind the surface rust here, but this is pretty cool. It's got an actuator on both sides to pop this. I don't know if it works, but if we just pull this pin, it releases the latch and the roof comes up. The roof gets stored right back here. Close that up. And someone took a ton of time to do this. It even has the provisions and everything, so it'll snap back here. But we need to work on our engine, so let's move this guy. And what better place than an Audi R8 body? I mean, this thing's like totally stripped. I don't know why I even laid down a blanket to protect it. I think this thing is junk. Oh, this is so cool, guys. It is a Targa. Just imagine the wheel is right there. Look at this, so neat. Guys, Diablos are like $400,000 nowadays. And I know a lot of you guys had asked in the first video what I paid for this thing. Well, I bought it from Freddie. I paid what Freddie paid, which is $35,000. So when he bought it, it was like more towards the beginning of the P1 series. And then he realized how much that car needed. And he's like, dude, just give me what I paid and it's yours. So $35,000 for a Diablo replica with the supercharged LS manual transmission. It needs some finishing, but I mean, that's about as cheap as you can get into a car that looks like a Diablo and that has doors that go like this and actually stay up. This is mine. All right, so the big question mark here is what is going on with our clutch? It is very, very stiff. And oh my gosh, it's almost impossible to push down past a certain point. And I think before we force this, we should just take a look at the transmission. So we're under the car. This is the upside down Porsche transmission. Yeah, I don't know. I got to run the number and figure out exactly what it is. But this is really unique because it is upside down. They have like oil sprayers set up to lubricate the gears inside. So this is transmission fluid and then it gets split off into these two. This is super unique. Like they put a lot of effort into getting all of this to work. So here's something, this does look to be fully extended, the slave cylinder here to the fork, and the pedal's all the way up. And this thing sat outside for the last couple of years, and this is obviously wide open, and it was in the UK, and it rains a lot, and is, you know, kind of humid in the UK. So it is very possible that this is frozen, like it's rusted, like the fork is rusted and it won't pop back, and that's what's going on with that clutch pedal, like impossible to push. I was able to do it in the first video, but it felt really bad. I wonder if we need to like pry this shift fork kind of loose. The problem is we can't really use penetrating oil because then we'll soak that into the clutch, and we don't want that, so. But hang on. This actually reminds me of something. If you guys have been watching Tavarish for many years, you might remember his twin turbo Lamborghini. And this had kind of a similar thing. He literally had to pry the clutch disc and the flywheel apart. Like he had the transmission out and he used like a pry bar and a screwdriver, but they were like fused together. And I wonder if we have a similar situation going on right now. We could also try and start it in gear to see if that'll shake things up, but let's get a pry bar. But hang on, before we do that, let's just crack this bleeder. See if this will kind of pop back, I don't know. Anything? Nothing. So you guys saw this in the first video. We have our clutch master cylinder here. This is the brake master cylinder. And it does look to have fluid. And what do we got going on here? Oh, this is a Willwood. Okay, I wonder if the whole setup is Willwood. Probably. Good to know. At least that's the master. Well, no fluid's coming out, but we'll leave that loose and then we'll pry on that and push it this way and maybe it'll make it easier to go back. I got the pry bar in there. Oh man, this thing is frozen. Give it the old palm hit. Come on. Free yourself. Ah! I am going to remove this slave cylinder. We'll kind of get that out of the mix completely and concentrate just on that fork. I'm gonna go really slow on this. It's under some tension, that's for sure. I do not want this thing popping out at me. Before we take that off, I wanna see some pressure relief here from fluid. Pop this line off. Wow, okay. Yeah, we got nothing, guys. That is great. I mean, I expected we need to bleed the system anyway, but I thought some would dribble out because our reservoir is totally full. What's wrong with you? Wake up! We had good luck with the threaded rod on the injectors in the first video. I'm just gonna tap some stuff around. I just don't like how much tension this is under right now. So as I loosen these nuts, this thing just really wants to push out. So that has me thinking that maybe the rod for the slave cylinder is just stuck all the way out, and it's not actually a fork issue. The fork's doing what it's supposed to do with this out, but this is stuck. So, I mean, we need to get this out. I'm just trying to be careful because those little fingers in there, they have a lot of pressure. They are called a pressure plate. I'm just gonna go really slow, a little bit at a time. This is not fun at all. All right, guys, I'm a little scared here. So we've hooked up a long extension and a gun. And I'm gonna wear safety glasses too to protect my eyes. I mean, if this shoots out at me, my whole face will be mangled, but at least my eyes will be good. That's the important part. Oh, and we have a bar here to protect me too. So just gonna go like this, cover my body. Here we go. Okay, one is off. There we go. It's off. Spring off. Ah! I'm off to the side now. I'm gonna pry this thing off. Ready? I don't know why I'm saying ready. I'm like saying ready to myself. Like, you ready, Alex? Come on. Oh! I told you, these things can be dangerous, guys, and I'd rather have you see it here, so now you know. Whew! That's why I didn't want to be anywhere near that, man. That would have hurt my hand bad. Oh, that's awesome. Look at that.
Would you look at this?
The fork has moved back. The slave is totally seized. That is perfect. Well, unless that slave is from like a really rare Porsche transmission, we can't find it. In that case, we're gonna have to take it apart and try and rebuild it. Well, let's look at part numbers. Writing in the part number right now, A1, what do we got? This is a Porsche clutch slave. Wow, it's $460. That's crazy. Kind of like how crazy good release is at removing stains. Look at this nastiness. I'm gonna spray it down. Little agitate. Oh, it's just going away. And dry it off. Bam. Cloth seat fixed. Now, Release is an all-surface cleaner made right here in the United States, and not only is it phenomenal at cleaning car interiors, no matter what the material is, look what it does to the leather seats on my Trans Am, but you can take this home as well and use it on things like your grill, a dirty stove top, if you spill ketchup on your white cabinets, it does it all, and then you bring it right back out to the garage and you can clean things like wheels. This is also a great glass cleaner. It doesn't leave any streaks, and the uses are endless. This stuff simply works, and it's safe, it's fragrance free, and it's ultra affordable. This is the best deal on the market for a legit all surface cleaner that really works. And by far the best way to buy this is in the concentrate. So if you buy the 1 gallon concentrate, you could mix it with water and make about 80 32-ounce containers like this for only around $1 each. And I can't stress enough on how many uses this has. You can use this on your boat, your aircraft, you can use it on bugs, tree sap, just everything. Now, the best part is if you guys click on my link down below and use coupon code LEGIT, you're gonna save 10%, and orders over $100 get free shipping in the lower 48 as well. You guys are going to love this stuff. Click on the link down below, get yourself some Release, and let's try and release a frozen slave cylinder on a fake Lamborghini. Yeah, that's a little rusty. That is why this thing is seized. It's been soaking for about 10 minutes. I'm gonna remove this rubber boot because we might get some fire involved. And there's a little, okay. Wish I had my Hannibal Lecter mask there. I just got some PB blaster on me. Let's do it again. Yeah, okay, this is probably the spring. Okay, and there's a little C-clip here. So let's just take that off. Let's go do one of these. Ow. Working at another shop sometimes is tough. You don't know where all the tools are. I need a pick. I know where the pick is at my shop. Okay, we cannot lose this. Did I get it? Oh. Oh my gosh, okay. I'm just doing this for you guys, all right? God, I got cat-like eye reflexes. This thing is gonna kill me one way or another. There it is. Wear safety glasses, people. I don't know why I ever took them off. Now we can get this cup off. There we go. I thought we'd be able to just pull this out, but apparently not. Let's soak up our little juice and let's see what's going on in here. So it's beveled. That's why this thing's not popping out. Okay, all right, is what it is. Man, we're definitely getting some penetrating oil in there. Let's give it some love taps. Nothing. We had some fluid coming out of here. Oh, it's moving down. Yes, 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 we did it. Haha, we broke free, look at that. Haha, that's great, guys. That is awesome. It was just just a little rusty. All right, guys, so this is how this works. This is basically a piston, and this is like the rod, and down there is the cylinder. Cool. We're going up and down. So with the PB in there, we are kind of rehoning this right now, if you will. Yeah, I like it. This is one of Jack's projects from Jack Builds It. And he stepped out to lunch. I think this is a good time to scavenge some materials here. We got some 80 grit sandpaper. All right, thanks, Jack. I want to get this out of here, and I think it's just being held in by rust. So we're just gonna sand around the bore, see if we can break this free. We'll get some more penetrating oil in there. So I'm just gonna go around here for probably a very long time. And we're gonna try and rebuild this 91 to 94 turbo Porsche 911 Slave. That's what this is. So it's a very rare part on a now very, very expensive car. Those are going for a ton of money. So that's the transmission that's in this. It's actually worth a lot. Like, because those 911s are so rare, I mean, I've seen these upwards of $20,000 just for the transmission. They range, obviously, depending on condition. So we'll see how ours is. Some are like 10 grand, but an expensive trans nonetheless. I've taken Jack's sandpaper and I've turned it into a cone. This is actually working really well here. We'll just spin it around here, and we're basically honing it out. We're boring it. Gonna make this slave cylinder 30 over. It's a Chevy 350 slave cylinder. What you got over there? 3/4 cam, board 30 over, Edelbrock heads and carbs. It's a recipe for a nice 15-second car right there. Yeah, this is getting way, way nicer, guys. Are we gonna be able to bring this out now? Yeah, we did it. Cool, we got the piston out. All right, we should have a seal in here, I would imagine. Oh, that's the seal. Okay, that is the seal right there. Wow, it looks actually to be in great condition, guys. Look at that. The rubber is excellent. Oh, man. There's a 0.000% chance that we'd ever find a replacement seal, but we don't need it, guys. This is cleaning up beautifully. We are rebuilding this bad boy. If you rebuild it, they will come. I don't know what that means, but it felt right. We're gonna hone out this cylinder a little bit more, so we'll lubricate it. And I have this scuff pad, and this will be a final cut, I guess. And we'll just kind of do one of these, really get in there nice. All right, guys, I think we're getting somewhere. Let's see. It's looking pretty good. I mean, obviously it's not perfect. Oh, but it's smooth. Oh, I wish you could feel this, guys. You're gonna think this looks bad on camera, but it is perfectly smooth. Yeah, this is great. So we have some fresh brake fluid. We'll lubricate our seal and the piston, get it all over the place. Oh, this is great. Perfect. Just absolutely perfect. This is as good as rebuilt right now because there's nothing wrong with this seal. Cool. Don't let your fake Lamborghini Diablo sit outside for a couple of years in the UK. I don't recommend it. I know some of you guys have asked me about that. Should I let my fake Lamborghini sit outside in the UK for 2 years? No. No. So next we're putting a cup back in. I clean that up. We have our spring fat side down. Then we have our spring here that almost killed me. And we'll get our C-clip on that we cannot lose because it's unobtainium. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Yes. Yes. Let's put it back in and see if this transmission works. I'm getting ahead of myself. We got a boot. We got a boot. A and a boot. We're not in Minnesota. We're in Florida. I don't know what Florida people say. Florida people? What do you say? Is that it? Just like that? Slave cylinder is going back in. All right, that's a normal amount of spring pressure, not the fingers from the pressure plate. That's dangerous. And we'll get our nuts going here. And we'll tighten this up a little bit with the gun. Put some Alex Torques here at the Tavarish headquarters. Click and click. My first Alex clicks in here. There we go. And we'll get our line back on. We'll use the proper size wrench. All right, that's good. So remember before we couldn't really push this. Oh, we can push it now. And we have to bleed this entire system. So it's all the way down and we do have fluid on the ground. Yes, it's working now. Okay, we need to bleed. Let's add a little bit more brake fluid in here. Don't want to ever run dry when you're bleeding. That should be good. Underneath the car, we're gonna go old school here, push the clutch pedal down while this is open, and then I'll close it and then the pedal will go up. I don't know where anything is in the shop. Freddie's editing right now at home, so I'm just holding the drain pan like that on my legs. So anyway, here we go. Go down. Okay, now he's gonna hold it down and I'll close this up. Go up, okay, go down. Yeah, lots of air, that's normal. And I will close it up. Okay, so now he's all the way up. So now I'm gonna break this free again. Go ahead. Oh, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Well, we didn't get so lucky. The bleeder just broke right off. When it shot out, it had hit the rack and it bent a little bit. I didn't think it was too bad, but it was. So great. We're back at the vise, unfortunately, with our slave because we have to drill this out. And we have a screw extractor, so get this some gentle taps. You know, this project is sponsored by adjustable wrenches, so we'll get this little baby guy in there. There we go. Sweet. Always a little nerve-wracking on parts that you really can't replace, but there she is. All right, I bolted this back up, and we have our new bleeder screw going in. Disaster averted. Let's bleed this thing. I'm all set up underneath the car. We have the drain pan holding table in place. Oh, we got some air, and we're using a wrench now. We're getting smarter. I'm closed. And open. Oh, it's working. All right, I'm closed. And open. And closed. I think we're getting there, guys. Open. Oh, yeah. Sweet. Closed. I found a bleeder at the master because we're having a hard time here. And by hard time, I mean a soft time. The pedal is very soft. It doesn't activate the clutch. Okay, that was weird. We've been bleeding it for a while up here. We're getting good fluid back there. It kind of doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna give it some CPR right now. See what happens. We got nothing coming out of the bleeder with the Alex CPR. Alex CPR fixes everything. Except this. Darn. Okay. Taking the master off. There's like another reservoir. This thing is mounted weird. I'll show you what I mean. Okay. I got one off. All right, I got the other one. Sweet. So this is how the master is mounted, but it's got this other reservoir like adapter, because I would imagine it would go like this normally on you know, like a normal car. So I wonder if we're just getting airbound. We can try and bleed it like this now. All right, guys, I'm just going for it. Nothing's coming out, even with 100% PSI of Alex pressure. Darn, something's clogged. We're taking this thing out. There has gotta be a serious issue going on here. Okay, here we go. Whew. Yeah, well, nothing's, sorry, yeah. Wipe the paint. Thank you. We don't want any of the brake fluid on the paint. Why isn't anything coming out of here? All right. Let's go to the bench. No, this works. Guys, this works. We're bench bleeding, people. We are bench bleeding. This vise is gonna simulate the Lamborghini. I removed the hose off of there, so if this is clogged, this line, we shouldn't be able to do that. Okay, so this is fine. So that goes into this thing, so I loosen this up. That is not coming off at all. Great. I think I got it. Oh, there we go. Okay, there's that. There's our seal. Theoretically, everything is fine. Like, we're getting fluid here. The piston's fine. This essentially works the same way as the Slave. I mean, we're just pushing a piston in a cylinder and it's pushing fluid out. All right, guys, I'm taking this thing apart. We just have a C-clip here. Get this out. That comes out. And we'll just get a screwdriver in here to get this out of here. Please don't shoot out and kill me. There we go. Coming. All right, there's our seal. And another seal up here. They look good. Happy to see that. Yeah, I don't see any issues in here. I've taken apart the piston and the seals, and there is a check valve in here. That's to allow fluid to only go one way, and 3 out of 4 of these orifices are totally plugged up. Oh yeah, this is like super clogged. Look at that. The drill bit goes right through that one, not this one. We just broke through that one. And it's just a bunch of rust. Look at that. See those little pieces on there? That's what's blocking us up. There we go, just got through that one. Oh, this one is super clogged. There we go. Yeah, there's all sorts of crud on there. All right, we are good. Clean these out nicely. Drill bit's going through now. Perfect. Now let's put this back together. We have a very, very thin washer. Then we have our seal, and then this guy, and then the spring kind of holds this together. There we go. That's in there. Okay. Get a little brake fluid in here. Swoosh it around, and we're gonna go back together now. So I wanna make sure everything is nice and lubricated. There we go. Push this down nice and straight. There we go. All right, she's back. We'll clean this up as well, and we'll clean up the shaft too. Now we can go back together with the shift rod from the pedal. There we go. Feels great. Everything's back together. I'm doing a bench bleed. So basically we fill the reservoir, we stick this hose in the fluid. It's gotta be in the fluid. Then you get a Ferry to hold the hose on that side, and you pump. And I think we're good. We're gonna do this until all the bubbles come out, and it's looking really good. Freddie, what do you think?
I think that's probably pretty good.
It's fixed, I hope.
Yeah.
All right, master.
Do a burnout.
Yeah. The master is bled. Let's put it back on. All right, so this thing is fully rebuilt. We even put a seal where there was no seal before. And now I gotta do a few things at the same exact time. I gotta feed this thing through so we can hook it up to the clutch. And without letting any air in the system, I gotta hook up this line. We might get a little, it's fine. We're gonna bleed the whole system anyway. That makes me feel a lot better. That's on, we gotta tighten it up. All right, that's tight. We bled the slave the same way we did before, so we can take that off. Moment of truth here. Is this going to work? And is it gonna press on that throw bearing? Yes, yes. We have clutch activation and deactivation and a working slave cylinder. We rebuilt the master and slave cylinder and it's working. This is awesome. I mean, we should be able to go in gear. I mean, I'm super scared because there's some other sketchy stuff going on here, but theoretically this should work. Well, this is funny. I was walking by the wheel and yeah, this is very, very loose. And so is that one. We're gonna add a little bit of Loctite on there. This looks like honey, but I swear this is Loctite. And we'll get this back in here and forget this ever happened. I'll tighten this one up and I'll go around and just make sure they're all tight. Give it some Alex clicks. Click. It's proper. Yeah, that one was loose too. Okay, I've reinstalled our new Optima battery and we have our wheel bolts fixed, so that's good. And I'm gonna go ahead and install this just in case like we put it in gear and this thing like lurches forward. We don't just completely destroy the car because the fender and the bumper are all molded into one. We don't wanna mess that up. Oh, this is the inside of the tire. That's interesting. Yes, if the wheel fits, you must acquit. It just doesn't have the same pizzazz. I would just like to point out that this car has chrome brake pads. Look at the detail here. They put like a cover on the outside of the brake pads and they're chrome. And they paint matched, you know, to the body, the brake calipers with this metallic blue. That is cool. Gosh, I would love to know who built this car. I hope that comes up in all these videos and just more about the history of this car because it's just like a big mystery. Hey Jack, would you like to see my Lamborghini fly off the rack? I mean, totally go into gear with no issues at all.
I'll go over there to witness that because I don't believe that it won't have any issues.
Okay, I don't know what that. I don't really know what Jack just said, but because I'm not thinking about anything but this thing going into gear, guys. Is it gonna go into gear? Look at it, it's so cool. Yeah. It's like so big in here.
It's Florida right now, you know.
This is great.
Florida life.
Let me just close my Lambo doors. Okay, we are in neutral. Neutral is good. Oh, man.
Things are happening back there.
Things are doing something. Here we go. Almost. Yeah. Woo! This car is awesome. Look at that. We got attack. Hi. Foot on the brake. Clutch all the way. Won't go into gear. Darn. Come on. No. It won't go in. Try third. Woo! It's not going in. Hang on. Let me shut it down here. I'm gonna do something that's not super smart, but we put it into first right now. Clutch is pressed in. It moved.
It moved forward?
Yep. I'm on the brake right now, but it moved forward. So it'll definitely start in gear, probably. Hold on. Let me just, yeah. God, I can't get in any other gears. We got fourth and third, but not first or second. That's disappointing. All right, guys, I think we figured something out. And we're test fitting a line that Jack let us borrow off of his little project car over there, and we're feeding it in right now. All right, so this is a brand new steel braided line. It's gonna connect to our slave cylinder. And here is the old one. So check this out. We have this new one connected and it's dripping fluid already. The old one was not doing that and we blew through it and it'll blow through fine this way, but not that way. Watch this. We have our shop air on the old hose. Watch this. Yeah, so right now we got like 150 PSI and nothing. And it blows out perfectly the other way. I think something is collapsed in there and essentially it's turned into a one-way check valve. All right, guys, we got the sucker going on here and we're bleeding some fluid through. Let's check our travel now. Oh yeah, that is fantastic. So let's see, does this go in? Oh, we have first, we have second, third, fourth, and then fifth or reverse. I don't know. Awesome. All right, Jack, are you ready?
Let me move this because there's nothing valuable there anyway. So if you shoot off the rack, we're good.
Fires up like a champ, I gotta say.
Fired right up.
All right, here we go. Here we go. First gear. Letting out. Kind of moved. It kind of moved. It kind of moved. I mean, we have it like chalked at all four corners, and it wanted to creep.
It lunged a little bit.
Yeah, all right. Definitely smells like rubber. Is it smoking?
Yeah.
It's smoking. Great. That's weird. Why does it smell like rubber?
Definitely burning rubber.
Yeah. Here, you got it? Okay, I had to hold the latch there.
Lamborghini problems.
Why does it smell like rubber? It doesn't smell like clutch. It smells like rubber. Oh, I see why. We didn't have the coolant cap on all the way, and some coolant started to come out, and it went on the alternator and the belt. I think it just made the belt slip. I didn't hear anything, but that's the only thing I could come up with. Everything else is fine. So, okay, let's do this. Let's get some coolant in this thing. It definitely has some, but we're gonna top it up completely, get it up to operating temperature and all that kind of good stuff, and then we'll get back to the whole, you know, trying to drive it. Coolant going in, it doesn't really need all that much. All right, we're gonna let it warm up, change the oil, make sure it's operating at operating temperature, and then we'll see if we can get on the road. I don't know. This runs great. This runs great. Look at this cold oil pressure too, looking good. We got good volts, temperature gauge is starting to move, solid idle. Turn signal works. It just pops and bangs left and right. Oh, yes! The engine is super healthy. The engine fans should be kicking in soon. God, it is really cleaned up, guys. It is just running perfect. No more misfire. Whatever cam is in this thing sounds great. Woo! It's mean! Oh. God, I want to drive this. All right, guys, we do have radiator fan activation. It's got a radiator and a fan here and over there. You can kind of see it in there. Coolant is steady at about 180. We're good. All right, let's shut this thing off. We are going to change the oil. We put seafoam in it. It's probably gone through, cleaned out the engine. We need an oil change. So we've let this thing run for probably 30 minutes total. And we put the seafoam in here. And there we go. We're changing the oil. It's definitely dirty, that's for sure. I'm glad we're doing it, but that was the whole point. Smells good though, it doesn't smell fuely or anything, so we're solid here. This engine's in great shape, great oil pressure, I love it. Long live the LS1. I hope I have enough room. Almost. Yeah. Proper tool usage right here, guys. Yeah, this is gonna work just fine. Yeah, they use an AC Delco oil filter because you gotta keep your GM all GM. Of course. It always happens. Always have to get dirty. Oh, this is hilarious, guys. They painted the engine to match the color, and they even painted the gasket mating surface for the oil filter. Now, I think they went with the AC Delco because it's blue to match the engine. We're going black. Click, click, click. Put the oil drain back in. More Alex clicks. All right, let's fill it up. That's the road. Engine oil going in our Lamborghini LS. Hey guys, what kind of supercharger do you think this is? Is this an M122 and they had an adapter plate made to fit the LS? I mean, it was polished at one point. Like, this definitely costs some money, especially with this plate right here. We have gigantic fuel rails. This is all good stuff. Here's the boost reference regulator, painted blue to match. And it's got the boost bypass here on the driver's side as well. We have an MTI Racing throttle body. Obviously custom built headers, wrapped up, and a ton of billet accessories for the drive. Like, someone put some money into this. I'm sure Freddie knows this, but what does VT stand for? Like, I like Diablos, but I know absolutely nothing about them. I don't know much about Lamborghini in general. So yeah, could Google that, but the truth is, I don't know. You guys let me know. Oh, and something Freddie told me about is the real Diablos have a little piece of trim right here, and they only put it there to cover up the Nissan logo, so no one would know these were Nissan headlights. Before we attempt this drive, I gotta see if the old Targa fits. I think we gotta flip it this way. Just like a real Diablo, it should go over here. You see the little holes there? All right, that one's kind of lined up. That one's lined up. How you doing?
There we go.
No way. This actually clicks in and everything. Guys, this was a fantastic Diablo replica. Is that, oh, no way.
Look at that.
Dude, it's latched in and everything. I'm telling you, they did some stuff really well.
What do you think it'll do at about 80?
Nothing, it'll just stay right here and it'll never fly off. The gauge says this thing will do 260, so 80's like standing still for my Diablo.
That's true, so this should be fine.
Yeah.
80 miles an hour.
Honda reliability right there. Or LS reliability for that matter. All right, let's get it into reverse. Okay. Slipping it. The engagement is not the best. All right, guys, I'm not 100% happy with the way the clutch is feeling. And one of the shops around here had another Willwood master cylinder. It's not the right part number, but I think we can gut this for the seals and make it work. So let's just fully rebuild it. We got the master cylinder out again. There we go, just a little bit of air. Pop this out. All right. I mean, those look the same. We want these seals to be the same. So we'll take this apart. We're gonna pop our little C-clip. So that's coming back out. See how this is coming out way easier than the other? We had to use air on that one. This one will just pop out. My thought here is that these seals, even though they look okay, are bad, and there's an internal leak. And our clutch is pumping up for a little bit, but then bleeding off. These seals definitely look the same. Let's hijack. So we'll pull off our spring and check valve again. And that all comes apart. So there is one of our seals. So I think we just have to bend this tab up. Okay, it shot out. That's okay. We just need the seals. We don't really care about this. There we go. Get off. Gotta be really gentle here. We don't want to ruin it. Seal is coming off. There we go. Let's see. Is it the same? There's that. Oh, beautiful, guys. It's a little bit bigger. I don't know. We're gonna roll with it though. We've cleaned everything up and now new seal is going on. Goes on nice. Oh, this is great. And now we already cleaned out these holes. We got our washer and our new seal, a little black cup, and then our spring. All right. She's springy. Get a little bit of brake fluid on the seals, and let's hope this slides in okay. Oh, nice. And nice. Oh, feels great. That's much tighter than before, and it's still returning out. Oh, this is good. This is good. This is a good sign. Okay, you guys know the rest. Let's get our clip down in there. There we go. All right, you guys saw the rest. We're gonna bench bleed this again, put it back in. It is feeling nice. Fingers crossed. All right. God, this thing pops like crazy. Okay. Whew. So many pops. Oh, the brakes work. Yay. Oh. Ah, it's driving. Hey. Hey, the clutch is working good. Look at that. Sweet. Just driving my fake Lambo. Okay. Yep, just driving my fake Lambo. Woo! Dude, yes! Oh man, this is great. See how she handles. Ooh, she handles. There's handle in there. Second. All right, we got second. Third. We got third. We got third. It's like gated in a weird way to where it's like it's hard to find the gear, but we're cruising, guys. This is awesome. Whoa, we got smoke. We got lots of smoke. Okay. Yeah, that smells like tires and stuff. We should pull over. We should pull over. That's what we should do. Okay. All right. All right. I'm gonna shut this off. We got smoke. All right, guys, I figured out the fender liner in here. I forgot to put the other one back, and I zip tied that one, but it was resting down a little bit, so I just tightened the zip tie. So we should be good. This thing is, it's lowered. Guys, look at I don't know if you could see this, but look at the amount of bugs that have just swarmed the Lambo. This is insane, guys. Look at all this. Oh my gosh, they are all over. What are these? They're trying to eat me. I'm just kidding, they're not. They seem really nice, but I'm gonna leave now. I don't like all these bugs. All right, I gotta get out of here. Jeez, these bugs are seriously attacking me. Start up, Lambo. Bugs are gonna eat me. Please start. Oh, are you kidding me? This is like one of those movies. Back to the Future, hang on. It really works, just like Back to the Future. Yes. Oh yeah, it's not rubbing anymore. Before it was like slowing the car down. It was scary. Woo! Just in some random parking lot, just daily driving my Lambo. This engine runs great. It's got a little juice. Oh, did you hear that blower? Oh, this is awesome. Uh-oh. Come on, oh, there we go. Oh, this thing rips, guys. It rips, but now I can't get into gear. I'm in neutral, so that's nice. The clutch feels a little funky. That's not good. Come on, baby. Okay, I think I'm stranded again. Did I tell you Chicago is like 1,200 miles away? And I've gone like 4 blocks. Stranded once again. I think, I don't know if we'll make it. I just don't know. I think the clutch is bleeding off, but it feels better now just sitting here. This engine is phenomenal. It runs beautifully. All right, guys, yeah, we're having clutch issues. It won't disengage at all. So I'm letting the battery kind of charge up to see if it'll disengage a little, and I can kind of start it like in first gear, kind of, and just to get it back. So I'm letting it run, and the popping is pretty much all gone. I wonder if there was just fuel in the exhaust. We needed to really warm it up, but it runs just perfect. Man, look at this throttle response. So good. It's just so good. Well, it's dead on the side of the road, guys. I'm literally walking back to Freddie's shop right now in the middle of the street in Florida. It's beautiful. It's beautiful out here outside of the bugs trying to eat you alive every 2 seconds. But I'm gonna go get some tools and see if I can like bleed the clutch on the side of the road and just to see if we can limp it home. I don't know. I made it back. It's hot. We're not having good luck today. So this is the car that Freddie let me use while I'm here this week. And we were driving it in this morning. Max was driving, and all of a sudden, all the lights started to go out, and yeah, this happened. We got 3 minutes till Freddie's shop, and the Focus is like super dead. Battery light came on, no gauges work, and it's got no power steering, and the windows don't work, so we can't, stay cool. We got nothing. It's completely dead. How's the engine temp? Oh,
I don't know. The gauge isn't working.
We barely made it back. Shut it off. Won't restart anymore. The RS is dead for now.
It's hot, huh?
Yeah.
It's really hot.
It's very hot.
I didn't hear a car come back.
Yeah, it's just me. The car is over yonder outside.
So you're just working on exercise in the summer heat.
Yeah.
Of Florida.
I gotta get my steps in, so. Yeah. But I was just wondering, do you have a reliable Japanese pickup truck by any chance?
I do.
Do you think we could take that a few blocks away just so I could show you what my Lamborghini looks like outside? That's all. There's nothing wrong with it.
It's cool. It's had every single vehicle in this shop behind it at one point.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Thanks.
Let's add another one.
Toyota Tundra to the rescue. Here's the Save the Lamborghini kit. Brake fluid, some wrenches, and some water. So apparently when you sweat profusely, you get dehydrated and die eventually out here in the heat. I mean, it is brutal. There it is, dead on the side of the road. Let's hope we can recover it. Poor Lambo. All right, so Jack's in the car. We're gonna try and bleed this clutch again, see what happens. I'm open, Jack.
Okay, down.
Closed.
I'm up.
And open.
Down.
And closed. It's coming out.
Up.
I got a rag in here soaking it up. Don't worry, people.
Down.
And up.
Up.
All right, try the clutch.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing at all. It's drops right to the floor and stays there. I think that master cylinder's done.
Why?
You got some fluid on you.
It's fine. It's good for the skin. Oh man, this stinks. All right.
Exotic car problems.
Yeah. It's got an LS. It's supposed to be reliable. Got any rags? So luckily this is a full frame Diablo. And we're hooking it up to the full frame.
By full frame, what do you mean?
It's full. of frame.
It's full of something.
Hey, all I gotta say is you guys saw the Murcielago. This is better than that. I'm convinced that this was built at least the same as that. This is a real Lamborghini, people.
Yeah.
I thought this was another kit car. They're all kit cars at the end of the day. When did Lamborghini become not a kit car that looked like it was produced by a bunch of YouTubers in their garage? When did that happen? Gallardo? To my Italian mom, this car is just as much a real Diablo as Olive Garden is to real Italian food. It's just not quite there. It looks like Italian food, it does, but they ain't no such thing as unlimited breadsticks in Italy. That's not real. We're good. We're good.
It's safe.
It's very
I swear.
safe. I'm ready. All right, I gotta unlock the steering wheel here. There we go. We're good. We're good. Hello, Ryder truck. Just cruising in my Lambo. You know, I did drive it, guys. I did drive it. A grand total of like 5 or 6 blocks, maybe. It sounded so good, guys. You know what really stinks is that I think we're just a master cylinder away from this thing working. Like, and it takes like an hour to do the master cylinder. We couldn't find one anywhere, and my flight leaves in like 3 hours. So we're obviously not gonna be driving it back to Chicago, but even if we put the master in there, I mean, God knows how many other things would come up with this. It's a really cool show car. You know, it's a kit car. It'd be awesome to drive around town and like cars and coffees and stuff like that. I mean, the amount of attention this thing would get is insane. But driving it like 1,200 miles, it's probably not a good idea. I always have big eyes when it comes to like abandoned weird cars. I'm like, yeah, it'll be fine. We'll fix it right up. I've had to fly back before, the C63 that had the grenaded engine that I thought I was gonna fix in like 10 minutes in parking lot. I had to fly back on that one too. Luckily, I did find some plane tickets though, so we're gonna be okay. We're gonna make it back to Chicago one way or another. She rolls nice, guys. I gotta say, the wheel bearings are fantastic. Saved by a Toyota.
Braking!
Oh, I should probably hit my brakes. Oh, where are my brakes pedal? Okay, there's my brake pedal. There's my brake pedal, I found it. Okay, please. Oh, we're going down a hill. This is really sketchy. Ah, oh man, me and Jack are like in sync here on this tow. Ah, here we go. Woo! Great job, Jack! Here we are, back at the Ferry headquarters. All right, and we're coming to a stop. Okay, we did it! Yay! My shirt was soaked. I just changed. This fan feels so good right now. We gotta get the Lambo in and kind of made a decision. I talked to Freddie. By the way, Freddie is kind of recovering from something at his house, so nothing really bad. It's actually really good, but that's why he's not here. But I'm gonna go see him at his house. We talked on the phone and figured out a good game plan for the Lambo, I think. All right, guys, she's back on the rack. I wish I just had like 3 more hours in the right master cylinder. I do think that the bore in there just might be kind of hobbled out a little bit, and that's why it's not sealing properly, even with the new seals. But this could be a running and driving car for real, like actually shifting nicely, with just like 3 hours of work. Such a shame, but I guess Freddie could probably do that before he does what he's gonna do. Let's go see Freddie right now. We'll tell you what we're gonna do with this car. All right, well, that was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm really surprised that you came down here and got that to do that.
Yeah, when I told him I was gonna drive it back to Chicago, like the pause was all I needed to hear. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no, I seriously still think I can do it, but I can't do it.
So it was a valiant effort, but I think that car just needs a lot more time, like a lot more time. But the fact that you got it driving and sounding like that, and like you had all these things that were just like fighting you every step of the way. Yeah. Dude, like your hands up to you. It's crazy.
I'm kind of going home with my head down, but slightly a little up. It does sound good. Gauges work. I mean, we're in decent shape. But Freddie and I talked about, you know, the future of the fake Lamborghini Diablo, the Fiablo?
Fiablo?
Fablo?
Yeah, there we go.
The Fablo. I think we're gonna do something kind of cool with this. I think what is the best route with this is for Freddie to take the body and for me to take the engine and transmission, because I'm a big LS guy. I love superchargers, and Freddie really wants a Diablo.
Yes, I really like that car in particular because it's cheap.
Yeah.
And I can do anything I want to it. And I'm thinking maybe I can put a real Lambo engine in it, but I looked on eBay and those are expensive.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm going to do that, but we'll see.
Going with the theme of it, maybe something a little bit more budget, but I could use a supercharged LS and possibly the transmission for something else. So yeah. And I'll be down here in December.
Yes.
And I might just bring the van and trailer, buy a car, and then pick up the drivetrain if you guys could take it out for me, that would be fantastic.
Oh yeah, we'll do that. And,
Cool.
I mean, we could do that today if you want.
I got a flight. I booked a flight, by the way.
You can put it in your carry-on. It's fine. Well, you're going to be down here in December for my show. I'm going to do a quick little plug. The show is called Wrenchworks. It's going to be December 6th through 8th at Circuit, Florida in Auburndale. It is about an hour from Orlando if you fly into Orlando. We're going to be doing sort of a Goodwood Festival of Speed for the U.S. So we're going to have track work. We're going to have a bunch of people like me and Alex and all our friends. So we're going to just be hanging out. And we're also going to be doing a live build. So I'm going to have a car and we're going to be working on it. Everybody's going to put their, little finishing touches on it. And then at the end, we're going to give it to somebody that comes to the show. It's going to be a really cool show. And yeah, wrenchworks.com. Go get your tickets.
Yeah, and you guys can help me load up the supercharged engine and transmission out to the van. So
Yeah.
I hope you guys really enjoyed this little mini fake Lamborghini series. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Share the video with your friends and family. Subscribe to the channel. And if you aren't subscribed to Freddie, you should click that.
Don't do that. That's a bad idea.
Most importantly, have an awesome day. I'll see all of you in the next video.
Bye-bye.
And I mean, someone took a ton of time and effort to do this, but it has the provisions and everything to be the holder. And someone took a ton of time to do this. And I don't know where anything is in the shop, so I'm literally holding the drain plan. And I don't really know where anything is. So we bolted this back up and I was able to find a bleeder screw that works. I have that bleeder open and we've been bleeding it for a while up here. Using Jack's powdery gloves. Bondo. All right. So we bled the safes. Here's the boost reference. The audio check. All right. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Oh. Battery. Wait, what the Audio check. Test. Can you hear my back cracking?
I'm matching your vibe right now. We're just chilling.